Hello. Yesterday I picked this Ezcurra Sea and I already commented back then that the key was a little bit rough. It didn't always work that well. Now, TalentPick left a comment that I picked this lock in the wrong orientation. This is not how they are installed, and as you can see in this orientation, the sliders they are unsprung. They won't drop down any further than about halfway the keyway, which leaves a lot of room for you to move your pick around, check if anything is binding, check if anything is set everything. The ways these are installed is like this. So turn it 180 degrees and you can already see that the sliders drop down a lot further. That leaves a lot less space to get your pick underneath the sliders. These pins get a little bit in the way. It's basically a harder pick because of that. And of course I saw that comment as a challenge, so I'm going to try to pick this in the right orientation, the way it's installed, because most locks it doesn't matter. This lock it does. Let's show that the key works a lot smoother. It just slides in very easy and turns. It is all to do with the orientation of the lock. And now let's see if I can pick it. I already got it once on camera, so I know it's possible. But on camera is always different. I'm going to set the second pin. Let's rotate so you can see what I'm doing a bit. That second pin on the bottom. Yeah. If I can find it. One, and there's two. Is it? Of course I can't find it right now. There you go. Time for the sliders. I'm going to use a hook at an angle and just slightly tap sliders to feel if they are binding. But they don't give a lot of feedback. Try to keep the sliders that weren't binding down. So I can I think 3 might be binding on the left. That, or yep, it was. I think I'm using a little bit too much tension. Let's ease up a bit. Two is binding. 1. Let's go back to the right side. And because these sliders are unsprung, it's very hard to feel if you're on them. Slight click out of 2 and 3 on the left. One. Going back to the left again. Yep, one was binding. The sliders act a little bit tapered, probably because it's quite a worn lock. The difficulty, yes, it's a bit more difficult than the other orientation. Is it much more difficult? Just a little bit. Just a little bit, because you need a little bit more big control. So I'm glad I tried this. Let's guts to show that everything is in here. Talonpick is going to love this because he knows I'll have to reassemble the lock again. You know what? I'll just reassemble on video as well. I haven't seen that a lot. I don't think I have seen that on video yet, because of course I prepared myself and watched some videos. So let's just gut and reassemble. I don't do that often on video. Okay, this is closed again. Make some room. Get screwdriver and some tweezers. There you go. Sorry. Now let's disassemble. Let's gut a lock. Just to focus. Okay, going a little bit faster than I picked this side, a little bit faster than yesterday. That's one screw. And 2 screws, I'll leave that in there. That was dangerous, because I don't want to lose those springs. This is the actuator that goes in the cam. Here you can see there's just nothing in here, only 2 holes for the screws to keep this core in position. Let's get the top stack out first, or the orientation I picked it, the bottom stack. Get a deeper hook to push them out. This should be enough, I think. Until it isn't. There you go. Driver. These tweezers are magnetized a little bit. Okay, and then the let's put this in the right place so I don't get confused when I reassemble. and this is the third. Where's the key? I can do this because I know the core won't just fall out, because it's held in place by some kind of clip. Let's do this with the go. That is the pins. And now let's see, there it is. So it should be here. Push that one down while gently pushing on the back. There you go. I'm leaving the key. Okay, forgot about that. That launched somewhere. Springs are still there, luckily. I'm going to find it real quick. I heard where it dropped, I think. I hope it didn't fall into this box with stuff. So nice. Where did it go? Ah, found it. Not into the box with random stuff, luckily. Okay. Nice reminder to stay focused, even if you've already done this a couple of times. The springs, and that one is still there. Now I'm going to keep this horizontal so the sliders don't fall out, and use tweezers to push them. And I'm making sure I position them in the orientation that they came out, so it will be easier to reassemble. That's the left, or the way I picked it, yeah, the left side. Now the right. Just pushing them out slightly, so you can see, so I can just get them. For the sliders, I don't have to worry about springs, luckily. So there you have it, a disassembled Ezcurra Sea 3. And now let's reassemble. I'm starting with the sliders again, putting them in the orientation that I got them out. And after they're all in, I'm just going to check with the key if they're all flush, because there's always a possibility that you accidentally put something in the wrong way. If you have a key, always check with the key if everything works. As you can see, the key is in now, and everything is nice and flush with the shear line. Oh, almost made a mistake there. Let's keep this in. Now, yeah, the retaining clip. One spring in here, the other in here. Put the clip over it, and you can see here there's a I don't know what's it called, that line, that's where the clip goes in, and that makes sure that the plug won't come out of the core. Push it down. Let's hold it a little bit different. Push down. And there we go. Push it in. Click. Let's check the right orientation. This is, because this is the one. I'm holding the lock upside down so it won't turn. There we go. And now I can put in these pins. One in the first spot and one in the third. Dropping these in with my tweezers. I don't often show reassemblies on video, but it's also an important skill, so it's actually not that bad to show it from time to time. There you go. Okay, that's the core reassembled. Now let's get the cam back in. just want to see, make sure that I put in the, yeah, what's it called, actuator the right way. Otherwise the key won't go in. Here you can see the key that is sticking out a bit in an angle, and that angle is also on the actuator. So should I put in the actuator like so, the key wouldn't fit quite nice. If I turn it around, am I doing it the right way? Let's check. If I insert the key, yeah, the key is a little bit below the center of the core, so this angle should go like this, because when the key is slightly below, it can go in further than when I do it like this. And like this it won't go, and you can't fully insert the key. Also, another thing to notice, there are these slots in on the actuator that fit with the cam, and that's to position the cam. It can go in two ways. I want it to be like this, so it takes up less space. So when reassembling, I'll have to check this orientation. It has to be like that, and it has to be like that. So let's drop it in and get it into position with my tweezers. All right. Now let's put the key in this core again. It's a bit difficult because it's upside down. Let's just hold my finger on the springs and put it in like this. Okay, don't pull out the springs accidentally. It's not as straightforward as reassembling a Euro cylinder. Okay, I can't just push this in because I'll mangle a spring. Some of you may have noticed I started doing that. That was the first time I attempted. Like this. Now I'm holding the spring down as I slide it in, and also with the second. Now just make the find the right position for the actuator. There we go. Well, as you can see, this is not the right position, because if I push, the key won't fit. So that part of the actuator is actually facing the wrong way. The lock goes in like this. It does look like it's okay, but let's just reposition it a bit. Let's make sure this is straight. Let's see how it goes now. Remember, don't just push. Oops. There we go. Now, almost ready. I'll just have to tighten those screws again. This screw is easy to miss. And somehow something is not entirely right. Now this is aligned. So let's tighten this one first. The cylinder probably rotated a little bit, so the screw holes weren't aligned anymore. Oh, it's upside down, so it won't work that well. And now we have a working cylinder again. It's still old and worn, so it's not as smooth as it probably should be, but it's working again. Very cool lock, the Ezcurra Sea 3. Have a nice day.